Hey, welcome on back, everybody. I got continuing on with our set 11 hype. I've got the Wirbel deck profile, and then later tonight, my reaction to the 15th anniversary stuff will be dropped. I was kind of just waiting on them to show off anything else on Tuesday before I made a video. But yeah, we'll get into it. We posted a profile on Wearable recently, so I'm not going to go super into depth on some of the previous cards, but I'm more going to focus on the new card and what it brings to the table. So, go right here. The ride deck has not changed. We're still running Little Guy, the Energy Blast 3 when ridden over to draw and get 5k, the Counter Blast Reducer for Wearable, and Wearable himself. Nothing super new there. On to the grade 3 portion. This hasn't changed at all. And the Regalis piece, we're playing 3 Persona rides. We're playing 1 Twin Cast. And of course, we've got the 1 Best Harvest and the 3 Drag Resonance. Now, now there is a thing I'm kind of looking into for the deck because this deck plays a little more aggressively now, where I want to add an extra drag resonance, but I do like having 5 orders, so I don't quite know where I want to make the room for it, but I am trying to make room for exactly 1 more card. Uh, but yeah, we'll do that. And then on to a really big grade 2 count. We'll start off with the new one, which is Drag Raider Sadig, which I swear, like, there is a Vanguard card that has the name Sadig. Like, I, it just sounds super familiar, and I feel like they already got a guy with the name Sadig. So that's just that's my conspiracy theory, my crackpot theory. I just haven't researched it. But what this guy does is really cool. Is on play, you get to reveal Wearable from your ride deck, or you get to, if you're on Wearable, your opponent knows you're on Wearable. You get to Counterblast 1, you look at top 5, and you call a card with a grade equal to your Vanguard. And then if your opponent's at grade 3, he gets +5, which is really cool. It helps you. It's kind of like a Latifa, but it doesn't do the. It doesn't. What's the word? It doesn't do the Soul Blast cost instead, which is kind of nice. And his other ability is the end of, I believe it's on swing, end of turn. You either get to, if you did the Energy Blast cost for your Vanguard twice, you either get to Energy Charge 3, really good for the deck, or you get to put this card into Soul, which is really nice. It helps you get Soul back, but so far in testing, I've mostly just used it to energy charge 3 so I could be a little more explosive on my next turn. Uh, and then we have 3 copies of Drag Ritter Bashara. We cut this down because we were originally playing 4. I just needed to make some more space, but still good just to get. He's a really big beater on your turns as Weirble, because you'll just be blasting a bunch. And this can also help set up for that because you can energy charge 3 at the end of the turn. You can be at 9 on the next turn. You can call the one that energy charges you 3 more, and you'll have blasted like 12 for your Vanguard's ability. So Bashar is going to be up to 30k by himself without Persona Ride. It's just kind of it's a really good card. Uh, but that's it for these specific grade twos. The next two are like they're also early game aggression, but they're also more discard fodder for the deck. So we got 4 copies of the promo Nahala. She's still really good, and she can, she's a booster. You can get rid of her from drop or rear guard to give your front row the extra power, but you can only do 1 a turn. And then 4 copies of this cycler, that I cannot pronounce the name of. I mean, I'm gonna give it a shot again. It's like Quaz Quash or whatever. If anyone knows how to pronounce that, leave that in the comments because I'm kind of desperate to know that one. But yeah, it just gives us the extra little tankiness with the Persona Shield, and then obviously having an extra boost, extra attacker. But the reason I chose I decided to keep it like this is because again, this is a more aggression build. As you know, I said when it came to him, you can call these out and just start beating your opponent's face while they're still at grade one or right when they get to grade two. But yeah, we are trying to hammer out our early game as best as we can, and then moving on to the grade ones. The special booster I cut down to three, so it's kind of the same logic I had with Bishara, where I was like, these cards are really good, but these cards are not really good on the turn two, if that makes sense. Because calling this turn two does nothing. It doesn't energy charge you three. That is just an AK body. Uh, calling Sadig, or not Sadig, calling Bishara turn two, you would be able to kill something, but like it's not really worth it, you know. So I'm just trying to focus on a little more aggression with this build, so I had to cut this down by one. I think two is too little. And then we're on to the two copies of her and the two copies of Shenri. This was at four copies, but again, uh, the idea with Sadig was he's kind of my main turn two play, so I'd rather play less copies of this because I'm not going to be. If I have one counterblast, I'm going to use it on Sadig rather than her to grab a grade 3, and of course the four perfect guards. That is it for the regular normal units and the grade 1s. And on to a quick trigger count, which will be, this hasn't changed at all. We're still playing Drag Veda. We're still playing 8 crits because that wins the games. 3 fronts and 4 heals, little dinosaur guy. The fronts, I've been debating about changing to draw triggers, but I haven't quite like. It feels like it flip flops every game where like there's a game I desperately want to hit fronts and I'm playing the draws, and there are the games where I'm playing draws and I'm like, oh man, if I had the extra fronts that would be really good. But it's it's kind of a back and forth. I've just decided to keep it the same for now. And yeah, that is it for this profile. We have more coming. The big one I'm personally excited. Obviously, Zorga is going to be coming up soon. I'm just waiting on one trigger to come in through the mail. But the big one that I'm excited about is, if I can pull him up here, uh, just came in today, is Glowwind Dragon. Oh, there we go. This little guy. So I'm really excited to goof around with that and show that off. But that's going to do for this one. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.